Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
Yo, what's going on, LumioseStation? You got PokeaimMD here, coming at you with an NU battle versus Official Red. Found him on my Twitter. Pokemon I'm going to be using are Audino, Mega Audino, Xatu, Seismitoad, Rotom, Typhlosion, and Girder. I'm using some interesting sets, so hopefully I'll get to show them off as we're about to find out what my opponent is going to be using. Hopefully I don't have any trouble connecting. I've actually been having a lot of trouble connecting these past few days, but my opponent has Crustle, Electivire, Swellow, Malamar, Ludicolo, and Typhlosion. So, not the worst for me, in all honesty. Crustle could be annoying, but I do have Xatu. As weird as that sounds, to prevent it from getting up hazards. Definitely am scared of his Typhlosion just a bit. The bird could be a bit annoying. I kind of just want to lead off with my Rotom, just because I honestly, well, why is Electivire there? I hate Electivire. I don't know. I don't consider Electivire the best Pokemon, but I want to lead off with Seismitoad because it actually beats Typhlosion, or at least baits HP Grass. And Girder is looking like it can sweep late game. Same thing with actually Mega Audino, because I'm a Calm Mind variant, and if I get up a couple Calm Minds, I'm pretty sure I will be able to put in a lot of work versus his team. So we'll see how this goes, as I am expecting either Typhlosion or Crustle lead, as I think that would be his best type of. I did not write down his team. Why do I never do this? Crustle, Typhlosion, Ludicolo, Evire, Swellow, Malamar? I think that was his last. Alright, so he does end up leading off with his Crustle. Now, if it is a Shell Smash variant, that's a bit unfortunate, but I'm going to go out into Xatu just because if he does want to end up trying to set up his Stealth Rock, they will bounce back. And even if he hits me with a Rock Blast, I actually have a cool item, or a knockoff. I have a really cool item called a Key Berry, which raises my defense when I'm hit, so I can actually take on his Crustle to an extent. Or at least I'm hoping that I can, as if I set up a Calm Mind, this Pokemon actually puts in a lot of work versus his team. I'm talking about my my Xatu as well. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully he ends up going for rocks because he has 30, so he's thinking he can live. If he does, he just set up rocks for me this game, so he does end up going for his rocks, probably anticipating me just to go for Scald or for my own rocks. But no, I do have a Xatu, and because I don't have a spinner, I didn't want to risk anything happening right there. And what I'm actually going to do is see, I don't want him to be a red card variant, and I hit him with Heat Wave and he predicts that and he goes for rocks again, but I'm just going to go for Heat Wave anyway just to break his sturdy. It also stops him if he is like a Shell Smashing Stealth Rock variant. I don't know, that's kind of weird, but he doesn't try to go for the Stone Edge. Not trying to go for the Stone Edge. Goes for the Stone Edge. As I do end up surviving, and my Key Berry is going to activate, which means that I can definitely take whatever attack he wants to go for now. I barely hung on to that attack. But because of Roost, I will be able to remove my Flying type. Though X-Scissor is definitely an option if he does have it. But the lead variant doesn't always run X-Scissor, as he actually is a Shell Smashing Stealth Rock variant. Very interesting, to say the least. I don't think Crustle's that fast of a Pokemon, though. Let me see. Crustle. And you had it. And you Shell Smash. Yeah, it's not that fast. 189. Jolly's 207. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Rotom Wash will be able to outspeed it. Rotom, not Wash. I'm sorry. I'm so used to, OU. So, let's see. Thunderbolt does 80 to 95. I don't really need Xatu for anything else, so what I'm actually going to do is just go for the Heat Wave once again, as he already Shell Smashed, and if he did go for Shell Smash again, Heat Wave would put him in Mach Punch range, but he decides just to knock me out with X-Scissor. Xatu did its job, though. It made sure that this Crustle could not get up Stealth Rocks, as I can now go out into my Rotom. I am Choice Scarf. I will 100% be able to outspeed this thing, and I don't want to go for Shadow Ball because it is a roll. Thunderbolt actually clean knocks him out, as, yeah, I should 100% be able to outspeed this thing. Definitely. I don't even know why I'm like doubting it. I will 100% be able to outspeed this thing. So he does decide to stay in, as he loses his Stealth Rock setter, and that's great for me. I don't have to deal with Stealth Rocks. I have a Typhlosion in my team as well, or on the back rather, in the back, And it's just amazing that I don't have to deal with Stealth Rock. So he does have Ludicolo he can try and go out into. He also does have Evire. He knows I am Choice Scarf, so Evire is a free switch. He knows I'm Choice Scarf just because I outsped him at +2. So Evire is definitely a free switch for him. But I do have my my Seismitoad, which unless he's running HP Grass, otherwise walls his Evire. So I am expecting that. Ludicolo is also a semi-free switch just because it can take a Thunderbolt and go right for a Rain Dance and then, you know, smack me with a Hydro Pump. After that Rain boosted, it can knock me out. But he actually ends up going out to Typhlosion. I don't know if he is Choice Scarf or not. He probably is just based on the way he brought it in. So I don't want to stay in. I am going to risk my Seismitoad right here because if, let's say, I do get it in and it actually ends up working, like let's say he doesn't go for HP Grass, because HP Grass would probably be the play I would go for right here. I can fire off a free Scald and potentially get a burn on one of his members. So, and Seismitoad is here to stop Typhlosion. Plus, I do have Spadef EVs, so if he does knock me out, I'll know that he's Choice Specs, and that's great because I could set up on that with my Girder, as Girder actually puts in a lot of work versus his team. So he doesn't end up going for the Eruption. It probably was Choice Scarf. We'll see based on the damage right here. That's looking like Choice Scarf, to be honest. I'm not entirely sure just because of the fact that I'm not entirely just sure of Calcs, but I'm gonna go for Toxic, predicting his Ludicolo to want to come in. I could go for Scald and getting the burn, but Toxic over time will rack up, and I don't know if he's defensive Ludicolo or Rain Dance, and Toxic over time would do more than burn would do, assuming I got the burn. But he had to go out into his Malamar, which is good because Malamar was a threat for one, so I definitely want to hit this thing with a Toxic, as unless he's running like a Chesto Berry, he has no recovery. Look how ugly it looks shiny. I see no leftovers on it though, unless it's naturally slower than my Seismitoad. We'll see. No, so he might actually be a Chesto Berry. As weird as a play as it may look, I'm kind of leaning towards sacking my well, I was going to say going out to Rotom, predicting a superpower, but I don't think that matters as much as my Typhlosion is Choice Specs, and it can take any one hit he wants to go for. And if he goes for knockoff, depending on how much damage it does, it might actually put me in, let's say like a Choice Bandit variant or something. It might actually put me in like range to take any other attack, like to put me in like Blaze range. But he doesn't end up going for superpower, as like I said, the toxic damage is going to be racking up, and I wanted to go out to Rotom right there predicting the superpower, but I really didn't want to get hit with a knockoff, is what I was saying. So I should be able to go right for a Specs Fire Blast, as it will do a lot. He might actually be Assault Vest, I'm not sure based on that damage. I don't think that's banded damage, as Typhlosion isn't the most bulky Pokemon, so it probably would have done a lot more. But this is a Choice Specs Fire Blast, as he is definitely Assault Vest, as he's able to eat that up and knock me out with the superpower. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be a double down right here, because Malamar will go down to the poison damage. So that's great for me. Malamar was unfortunately a Pokemon that my Mega Audino could have set up on, but because I hadn't Mega Evolved, superpower is super effective. So yeah, I'm gonna go out into my I think Girder, because Girder takes on Ludicolo, takes on everything but Swellow, and if he goes out to Swellow, I can switch around versus that. I have a Rotom, so Rotom is a pretty free switch for me, as he does end up going out to Swellow, but Swellow is going to take the Stealth Rock damage, and it's going to be hurt by the poison this turn, so I can go for, I'm going to switch directly into my Rotom. I don't care. I'm thinking a turn ahead. I know after he goes for Brave Bird right here, if he does, which Girder actually could have lived, if he does go for Brave Bird, unless he specs, the Boom Burst Scrappy would have hurt me a lot, actually. That might have actually OHKO'd my Rotom, but I didn't think about that. But I know that after he goes for a Protect, he can go out into Evire if he wants to. But to be completely honest, I don't care if he goes out to Evire, because Seismitoad hard walls Evire anyway. And once I get up a bulk up, I actually sweep him with Girder. So I might not be able to show off my Mega Audino this game. We'll see though. I am just going to go right for the safe Volt Switch, as I will be able to knock out Swellow. And because even if he goes out to Evire predicting that, which it's looking like he is going to do, I have a really, really safe switch in being my Seismitoad. And as well as the fact that like even if he's running HP Grass, my Girder takes on Evire anyway, just because of its natural bulk and the Eva Light. So yeah, I mean, it was a good play on his part. I am just going to go out to Seismitoad. If he has HP Grass or any attack to hit me, now will be the time to do it. Definitely don't go for the Thunderbolt. Go for like maybe a Flamethrower or something. Maybe get a burn on my Seismitoad. Well, now will basically be the time for him to show off what he has. But he does have the Power-Up Punch, so that's pretty cool. He did predict my switch very nicely. Went for Power-Up Punch. Though Evire, well, there's no such thing as Grass Punch as a move, so I'm not sure if he could actually hit me. So we will find out right here. As I am just going to go right for a safe Scald. I don't have Earthquake anyway, so Scald is like my best option right here. As he does end up switching out, so he probably doesn't have an attack to hit me. That's good to know. As he goes out to Swellow, probably predicting my Earthquake. But like I said, that probably would have been a good play had I actually had Earthquake, especially because Swellow's Guts is activated. But I don't have the Earthquake, and Scald will be able to knock it out. And if it didn't, you know, Poison would have been able to. But it did knock him out, as Swellow is going to go down. He now has a free switch into his Ludicolo. And the thing about Ludicolo is, I really don't want him getting up a Rain Dance and sweeping me. So what I'm actually going to do is go for the Toxic. Because if he does set up a Rain Dance, at least he'll be worn down turn per turn by the damage that Toxic is going to be doing, plus the Life Orb. So I don't care if he goes for... Oh, I'm actually faster, so he might actually be a defensive set. He might actually be the Leech Seed Scalding set. So he might not be able to touch me, as he does end up going for Leech Seed. Yeah, so he is the Spadef set, which is even better for me, as what I can do is actually save my Seismitoad, since Seismitoad does wall Typhlosion. So what I did was I made my best play just in case he was a Rain Dance set, but because he isn't a Rain Dance set, I am going to be able to save my Seismitoad for later, which will help me take on his Evire as well as his Typhlosion. So I'm going to switch out to my Rotom, because if I can trick this thing, getting rid of its leftovers and its recovery, it probably does have Synthesis as well. But if I could trick this thing, I very much appreciate that, as I will be able to let the poison damage rack up. I don't really care if he goes out to Typhlosion from there, as he actually does reveal the Giga Drain. So it's good that he didn't go for it that last turn, as he probably expected my switch right there. But I went for Toxic just in case he was a Rain Dance variant, as I didn't want to just flat out lose to that. Now, Ludicolo can definitely take any hit from me. He might know this, so he might just stand and go for Giga Drain again. So I'm just going to go for Trick, as that'll lock him into whatever move he decides to go for right here. Whether it be Scald or the Giga Drain or Leech Seed. But he does choose to go for the Scald, as my Rotom is going to go down. But I think it is time to either set up with my... I can either set up with my Mega Audino, or I can set up with my my Girder. I'm thinking Mega Audino just because I do have the recovery, and I have Calm Mind, so I'll be taking his Scalds way better. And I also do have Rest, so like I can basically, by Mega Evolving, I can, even if he gets for Burn on me, it doesn't matter. So I can just Mega Evolve right here and go right for Calm Mind. Now Dazzling Gleam is my strongest attack to hit him, so Typhlosion can definitely take that. But Typhlosion won't be doing too much to me, even if he is like a Specs variant. So he is going to end up switching out into Typhlosion right here, which is just a free Calm Mind for me. Let me calc Mega Audino. Mega Audino. Assuming Bold. Dazzling Gleam. Typhlosion. Alright, Dazzling Gleam does nothing to Typhlosion. At +1, it actually does 21 to 25%. So I'm going to need a couple boosts in order to knock him out. And I really don't want to put him in Blaze without knocking him out first. So I am going to go for another Calm Mind. It might be a little greedy, but we'll see how well I take... Oh, it's Flamethrower too. So we'll see how well I take this Flamethrower, as I take it amazingly well. He is definitely Choice Scarf, I'm pretty sure. As, yeah, that Flamethrower did nothing. Holy crap, that Flamethrower did nothing. So even with a crit, he can't kill me with Flamethrower. So what I'm actually going to do is go for one more Calm Mind before going for Rest, as he does end up switching out, probably hoping that he can get off a Leech Seed on me, as he actually ends up going out to Evire, which I will be able to knock out with the Dazzling Gleam, especially at +3. So, which I think I am. Am I +3? I'm pretty sure I am. This is the bad thing about Wi-Fi. I can't like read my logs and and see how much damage it's going to do. The thing is, his attack is going to do nothing to me. You guys are going to be surprised at how much damage this attack is going to do. But I will definitely be able to knock him out with Dazzling Gleam right here, as I definitely am +3 because I just read my stats. But he ends up going for Thunder Wave, probably his best bet in all honesty, because if I do get fully parried, he will be able to get off an attack, as I don't end up getting fully parried though. So one of the reasons he switched out Typhlosion was because now he'll be in Blaze range when he comes back in. But the thing is though, at +3, I can easily knock out Typhlosion. So I really don't want to mess around with paralysis on this Pokemon. So I'm actually going to do is go for Rest. It's going to be a little bit longer just because he's more likely going to go for Leech Seed. Well, I'm actually going to go for Dazzling Gleam first and then go for the Rest. But he doesn't end up going for Leech Seed. Surprising, because I think his best bet right now is Haxing me and then trying to get a free switch into Typhlosion on basically my my Leech Seed and like Haxing me basically down to death. So I'm just gonna go for Rest, as I don't want to mess around with this Thunder Wave being on me. If I get fully paralyzed, you know, it's annoying, but not much I can really do about that. His team was really weak to this Pokemon, especially after, you know, the first couple turns went down. But it's looking like I'm not gonna be able to break through this paralysis. Do I even need to go for Rest? Honestly, yeah, Rest is safer, because even if Typhlosion crits me and Giga Drain crits me right here, I will be able to survive anyway. And I also do have Girder in the back as well as Silent Toe, so I think Rest is just my safest play, as I will be able to go to sleep, getting rid of all of that paralysis. It's so insulting, I think, having a Pokemon go for Rest. If you actually think about it in a battle, the Pokemon falls asleep in front of the person it's battling. That's hilarious. But yeah, I'm able to knock out the Ludicolo because of the Toxic that I landed earlier. He's probably wishing that he went for Giga Drain on my Silent Toad, but I think it would have gone down the same, as Typhlosion is going to come in. It's going to be in Blaze range, and I do have Sleep Talk though, so I guess I could, well, I am going to go for Sleep Talk, so I could potentially get Dazzling Gleam right here. Like I said, he is in Blaze, but I am at +3 Spadef, so that does nothing. Look how fat Mega Audino is. That's amazing, as I am going to be able to Sleep Talk. Let's see if I get a Dazzling Gleam right here, which I do end up pulling out the Dazzling Gleam, and that's definitely going to be enough to knock out this Typhlosion. So that is going to be a good game. Official Red, or is it Official Pro Red? Let me look at the name real quick. It's Official Pro Red or Official Red. So good game. Mega Audino putting the team on his back. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like if you did, and also swing by my channel if you want to subscribe. So that's it. Until next time, later.